Hi guys, it's Amy from ACUTEC. Today I'm going to show you what phishing emails look like. We're constantly talking about avoiding phishing emails and the dangers that they contain, but most people don't know what to look out for. So I'm not actually going to show you the email in Outlook because in some cases I want to blur out people's details because they're contacts of mine, so I'm going to just show you screenshots. As you can see in this first image, I received an email from someone asking me to pay an invoice. In this case, that person is a contact of mine from a supplier, which is why I've blurred her details out. We'll call her Jane Doe. If you're in this situation, you should think about the context. I wasn't expecting an invoice from Jane, and therefore I should be immediately on my guard that I have received this. You can also see the email address that I haven't blurred out is from a Polish domain, and I don't know who that person is. So even though the contact name may be there, so it says Jane Doe, the email address next to it did not match to her name. In this second example, you can see that we received an email from Delta Airlines. In this case, our MD Chris had been looking at flights to Washington. The person who sent this, we suspect, captured our IP address and sent it to the first email address they could find associated with us. The first thing for us that made this suspicious was that Chris had not booked the flight yet and was also not flying the next day. Also, as you can see, the links are all broken and the email address that they sent the email to is not in use by us. In this third example, as you can see, Chris has sent an email to our office manager, Carol. Again, you can see that an email address is being used that is quite obviously not his email address. Also, he is never referred to as Christopher. It's also just the tone of the email. We don't use kind regards internally, and Chris would never sign off as Christopher Roach. It's too formal. Again, in this fourth example, Chris is emailing Carol. This one is harder to spot as it appears to be using the correct email address. However, there are some small hints that this is not a real email. Chris has never owned an iPhone in his life, so it's very unlikely that his email would have that signature. Also, it's too formal again for an internal email. When on the lookout for phishing emails, make sure you always take the context into consideration and don't open an attachment or a link if you're not sure. So that's how you spot a phishing email. Like this video and subscribe if you found it useful. If you're concerned about your security, then do call ACUTEC on 01675 469 020.